good morning and welcome to Tottenham Tank Gold Dust Formula One as we end the Formula One season of the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship with Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen equal points of 369.5 points each. Whoever wins today will become world champion in the duel of the desert. Um, will it be? Will it end up like Senna, like Prost in 89 and 90, or will it end up like Hill and Schumacher in 94, or will Verstappen or Hamilton storm to victory? We shall find out within the next couple of hours. With me down below is my usual co-host. We have Phil Lewis Hampton, who is back in Hamilton, become the first time 8-time world champion in our sport to break Michael Schumacher's record of 7 world championships. We have Kuva down below me, who's the race director. He's taken on the role of Michael Massey. So if any problems, he can impose any penalties that he wants on the two competitors. And because I'm not feeling well, I'll be dropping out. Taking my place is a fellow Irishman. He'll be taking Max Verstappen, so he'll be looking to Bob Lewis Hamilton out of the race. So good evening, good afternoon, lads. I hope you enjoyed the race. Phil, you're in charge now. You're taking over the stream. So good luck and enjoy the race.
All right, all the best then. All right then. Well, we're sat here with a few minutes to go, and what's your thoughts on today then, Adam? How are you seeing today playing out?
Well, I'm buzzing for starters, but I'm nervous at the same time, because I've just waited for so long for Max to be in a position where he could even challenge Lewis. It was like for the title, and this season he's done on it. He's done it brilliantly. He's had a few rough patches, but other than that, he's been brilliant. But I don't know. Abu Dhabi has always been in this era a Mercedes circuit, except for last year when Max himself actually won it. So yeah, I'm feeling the nerves, but if Max can have a great start and if Red Bull don't mess up the strategy, I think he can take it.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, when I looked at it yesterday, obviously, after that second qualifying, Hamilton looked like he was so much faster, and I don't know where Max got his pace from for his lap. I mean, again, it was just listening to what they're saying on TV. They reckon he's only got about 15 laps in those tyres because he's on the soft. So I guess it depends how many pit stops he's going for and stuff like that. But I would suggest, and I'm not great knowledge on Formula One, but I think whatever happened yesterday, that Max would have, by the end of the first lap, Max would have taken it because that Red Bull starts really well. So maybe you look at Mercedes and think, did they give them the lead just to sort of, be able to do that? But it is quite a wide track out there, and there's two massively long straights, which, as you already said, kind of brings Mercedes into that. So, for the font of all knowledge, let's bring in Kuva. Kuva, what's your thoughts on today and strategies and tyres and engines or car parking spaces?
I think they're going to need all of that. Cheers, Phil. No, it's interesting for me because I started to get into it a little bit yesterday. It's getting a sense of just how quick it is going into corners. It's really quite eye opening when you haven't watched it for a while. It's all the technical stuff haven't followed for a very, very long time, like decades with Formula One.
Yeah.
So all change and everything seems somehow faster. Perhaps it's the great camera angles you get nowadays. But
I think the cars are definitely faster now. But
yeah, I mean, if you're going to get into it, what a time though, and it's neck and neck going in for the drivers' championship. That's a big deal in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I think as Dermot said yesterday, it's the first time in a very long time. But I think the last couple of times where Lewis has won it, he's almost like won it at a canter. Whereas this year, whoever wins it this year, what you've got to say, you've got to take your helmet off to them and say, they will have earned it because neither of them have given an inch this year. Literally, neither have given an inch. It's been toe to toe the whole way, and ironically going into the last day of basically it's the last day of the season, and they're level on goal difference. There's just one Max ever so slightly ahead, but
yeah, I mean, all sports benefit from really good rivalry. It's what makes it. It's the classic moments. So perhaps this will be something legendary happening.
Well, you've got that, haven't you? It's like, who knows what today's going to bring. We were talking about it just before we came on air, and like, the race could be over within 300 meters. Well, not the race, but the championship if they take each other out. But I think that will make Lewis. And again, what I was saying at the start, this is just what my thoughts are, is whether if Lewis knew that he could have started on pole, but Max was on second, there's a likelihood that Max could have taken him. It could have put a risk in that corner. Whereas now, I would expect them going into that first corner to be Max first, Lewis second without any problem. And then that gives Lewis's car time to kind of warm up, tyres to warm up, and then work their magic later on. But I genuinely don't know. I am actually quite looking forward to this. But, and I've really got into it this year, having just,
good.
Watch it. So there we go. But yeah, it's just you see the famous people wandering up and down earlier. So the likes of, who was it? Cooper, there was Usain Bolt. Who was the other guy? The cricketer. I can't remember his name.
I've forgotten his first name now. Gale, West Indian batsman. I've forgotten the name. Chris Gale. He's really known as an explosive sort of hitting batsman. Really exciting. It's funny how all the people that are top of their game in other sports, well, just celebrities in general, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's almost like a Hollywood gathering. There's so much money involved in this sport.
Yeah.
I when I was at work, I had we went on this course, and it was a guy that did the data stats for McLaren. It was from 20 years ago, and there was a stat in there that absolutely shocked me. So how many people do you reckon worldwide watch a Grand Prix?
Like for each Grand Prix, or
that's in each Grand Prix. So forget this week, but they were saying there's an average audience worldwide of I'll give you a clue. It's obviously in the millions. How many millions do you reckon watch a Grand Prix?
40.
Coov, what would you go for?
Oh, I'm going to go much higher. It's just a sort of universal thing, isn't it? Watching fast things. I'll go about 400 million.
Yeah, he said it was 300 million. So the only sporting event that gets more than a Grand Prix is the Summer Olympics. And the guy's like, the Summer Olympics happens every 4 years, and we do this pretty much twice, every other week. So 300 million. So when I was looking at it and thinking, what is the point of carrying on if you're in last place, like your Schumacher and Mazepin? Well, if 300 million people are watching you, that's a big, worldwide audience, isn't it? So you're like, okay, now that makes a bit of sense. Yeah. So good afternoon to Ben. Ben joining us in the house. Afternoon, sir. And Mr. Brown. All right, Paul. Nice of you to be on. Can Max write history?
I hope so.
Well, one of them is going to write history today, aren't they?
They will. Yeah.
Whichever way it goes.
Can we get some sort of perspective? How far ahead are these two from the rest of the pack in terms of points?
Well, my opinion would be it would be putting Man City and Liverpool into the Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Premier, or the Scottish Premier League. It literally feels. There was a bit last week. This hopefully does it, but they had to do a restart. Whatever happened, they did a restart, and within something like 4 laps, the two of them were within a second of each other, but they were 4 seconds ahead of third place. So they were extending their lead by a second a lap on third place. And some of those guys, a couple of them were in the same car. And I know there's tactics where people are inside, but either way, they were literally a second a lap quicker. And you're like, so that's more, a tenth of a second in this is monumental. So when you start talking a second a lap, it's streets ahead.
I think it's been like that for most races this season, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, they're just talk about it's a 2-horse race. It literally has been a 2-horse race for the whole season.
How about in previous seasons? I mean,
Well,
obviously, even when you don't follow the sport, you know all about Lewis Hamilton. But perhaps Verstappen hasn't had as much coverage. I mean, it's a relatively new name for him. I have heard the name, but it's not plastered over everything, is he?
no, well, not yet anyway.
But I think Mercedes have won for the last few years, as in the constructors. Whoever's been in the Mercedes has obviously had a benefit. And I think I'm going to say 4 or 5 years. I'm not 100% sure.
Since 2014, they've won every constructors championship.
Yeah, but didn't the 4 years before that, didn't it belong to Red Bull? So for the last 10 years, it's only been those 2 teams.
Mm.
So yeah, they're just obviously showing the on the TV now. They're just showing you sort of the I'll tell you what, it looks. I wouldn't mind being there today in that bit in the middle there, just sat watching it. But I always wonder how much of it you get to see, because it really is a case of what was that? There was a car doing 200 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So you'd end up probably watching a lot on a screen as well, wouldn't you? To see.
Yeah.
The best place, I think, was where you said yesterday, Cougar. What they should do is they should build a little cockpit just behind, and then one fan per week gets to ride in the cockpit behind the driver, so that they get their premium view.
Excellent idea.
That you'd be interested in that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
On board with Lewis Hamilton comes in Cougar. What?
And he's just wearing the fat cap on
just
top of his head.
Arms like, whoa.
Time of your life.
That's ridiculous.
Spurs scarf up above.
Hey, yes.
You know me. So they're just going through the grid. And it's one of those, isn't it? It's like we should be going through everything, but actually, I'm sure people are only tuning in for 1 or 2 things, and one's Max and 2 is Lewis. There might be a bit.
There is a third option. There is a third option.
I think the third option is
the big pile up.
If there is one, yeah.
Just because I don't know what happens then, Adam. If, let's say, we get to the first corner and for whatever reason Max and Hamilton crash and they take each other out, what happens then if they decide it's one of their faults? So if it's a blatant, like what I call a professional foul, if it's a blatant tactic by Max, I don't think for 1 minute he will. But if he goes in and just basically turns right and takes Lewis out, so they're both out, Max wins, will they demote him? Will the FIA do anything about that?
Yeah, I think they will, because back in '97, Michael Schumacher actually did that very thing against a fella called Jacques Villeneuve. Like, last race of the season, he deliberately turned right to try and crash him out of the race, and ironically, he ended up crashing himself out of the race, and Jacques Villeneuve ended up winning the championship that year. But then afterwards, Schumacher, the FIA disqualified him from the championship, so he ended up scoring no points. So the FIA could do that to Max, if he lost the head and deliberately turned into Lewis, or if Lewis did the same to Max, so. Or they just lose all their points that they've gathered up throughout the season,
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're just on their formation lap. That's another thing that never ceases to amaze me. You have thousands and thousands of people, and it's suddenly like, right, it's time to go. Where do they all go? Look at them all. There's, that's probably just one team. There are so many people there. But again, going back to that broadcast that I went on in work, I know that they have 40 to 50 data analysts on the pit wall, and then they have another 50 or 60 back home. So there's a lot of people involved. It's not just a quick mechanic and a guy driving a car. It's a proper team event, isn't it?
Well, so much technical aspects to this sport compared to any other. So yeah, it makes sense when they're putting millions into just getting around to each race in the first place. You're going to have a lot of people because you want to be showing off your constructor's ability, aren't you? And,
yeah.
There's definite competition, all right, but
Just gonna say
but-
big up to Dave. Irish Hotspurs in the house. Dermot's not feeling too good.
Big up, Dave.
So he's in the background. He's listening in. He's watching the race, but he will hopefully be all good ready for our live stream tonight when we do the Barcelona game. But just a little bit under the weather at the moment. But thank you, Dave, for tuning in. Great to know you're there. So here we go. It does look at an expensive circuit, doesn't it? It's proper great venue for a finale, isn't it?
Mhm.
A great advert for the sport. So yeah, that's you were saying yesterday, yeah. If you look at that, how far ahead are they? So Lewis and Max are on 370 points, and the next person is 218. So it's like nearly they're 150 points ahead, which 25 points for a race win. So they're like they're 6 wins ahead of third place. So it's just mental how far ahead they are.
Yeah, with venues, I mean, back when I did follow the sport greatly, it was always Monaco was the one I looked forward to, because it was just like the playground for the rich and famous, wasn't it? There was a spectacular sort of venue around it.
It's a playground for crashes as well.
Yeah, how do you think the likes of Abu Dhabi compares to that?
For me, the trouble with Monaco is it's all about pole. It almost seems like a very luxury procession of great sporting cars. There's nowhere really to overtake. Sorry, I'm just gonna obviously pause that conversation because the last little racing car is just coming into onto the grid now.
Oh God, my stream is behind again.
Going to go to the wrong place, so we are very close to the start. So here we go. Green flag at the back. There's the lights.
My stream's behind again so much.
And they're off.
Miles behind as well.
Oh, Lewis has got him.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Lewis, baby. Oh, my God. Oh, God, he's gone wide there. It's McLaren. That's very bad news for... very bad news. I don't know how he's done that after yesterday.
Is Lewis on the softs as well?
No, he's on yellows. I think he's on the medium.
Okay, Max can probably get him so. Well, hopefully.
But they were saying, oh, here comes Max. See, they're pulling already, aren't they? Those two. Thing is, he'll have the drag there, won't he? So he'll have drag. So he's slipstream. There. Oh, there we go. Whoa! No, they bumped. Oh,
of course they bumped.
Oh,
who's in front though? Because my stream is behind. Who's
it was front? Max's fault. Max went into Lewis.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm about to see it now.
Yeah. Either that or Lewis didn't give him room. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump straight on. Sorry.
Hang on. Lewis turned it at the last second now. Come on. But Max braked too late. I guarantee you Max braked too late. Max, he sent it that. Hold on, wait. What?
I'm confused. I saw Verstappen overtake him and now he's behind him.
Yeah, Lewis has to give the place back. He took it as he came off the track. Okay. He has to give the place back.
Well, Max took the car off the track, so he had to give the place back, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my stream is just after just skipping What was that?
Radio.
Yeah.
Because normally they take a couple.
Sorry, Phil.
Go on. Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say normally. Look at that. He's pulling away already. But can you see that? If you see how far the front three are already pulling away, and obviously, but that's an odd one there.
Oh God! Look at the pace off that bloody Mercedes. He's not even on the faster tyre for crying out loud.
So there you go, Kuv. 1.2 seconds, and they're 2 laps ahead. So he's already 1.3 now. What they were saying earlier is those soft tyres have basically got about 15 laps in them. So Verstappen is already going to be pitting early.
Just a quick thing. I'm here, Dave. I'm not feeling well, so I'm jumping in and out. But Phil's taking charge today, and I hope he did a Murray Walker style start for us.
I wanted to. Oh, here we go. Is it right? Here we go.
That's Lewis's fault.
That's how Lewis did. He cut the corner.
I'm telling you, that is Lewis's fault. He needs to get that place back. Michael Massey, the race director, what do you think in the corner?
I thought it was funny.
What a way to break the tension. Lewis said he turned into him, like, for crying out
He
loud.
did turn into him.
Oh,
And then he just shot off, like, what the hell?
Look
Okay.
at 1.4 seconds already.
I've
FIA,
just got
hello.
some comments here. One
No
from
investigation necessary. So Lewis has got it. He'll keep his place there then. So interesting that. But he genuinely cut the corner there, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
he just sped up.
The
Like,
Irish Hotspur said, "How has Hamilton not been made to give the spot to Max like he did last weekend?" I don't know. That's Hamilton needs to give the space back, not unless of Mercedes are giving Michael Massey a few extra billion in his back pocket in race control. I think
wouldn't put it past them.
I can imagine Christian Horner at the moment is spitting absolute feathers, isn't he?
Oh, he would be, yeah.
And fair shout to him. I'm not saying he's wrong, but if it was the other way round,
Yeah, I wonder.
This is like the equivalent VAR not going in your favour, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh, geez, I got team radio with the Red Bull and the FIA. This should be good.
Yeah, the only thing is I can't put volume on, so I'm watching, but
I'm assuming because Hamilton was forced out that wide, there was no chance he was going to be able to turn back onto the track.
I've just got information on the Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen thing. I'm clear it up. The stewards have said that Lewis had slowed down enough for him not to give back the space. So that's why Lewis is allowed.
So he didn't gain an advantage.
He didn't gain an advantage.
Hang on a minute. Even as a fan of Lewis, he definitely gained the advantage because he went from second to first by cutting the corner.
Yeah,
I love Dave's comment here, Phil. What do you reckon to Dave's comment here?
Hamilton, yeah, I read that one in the comments. All I would say is, I'm already sat here thinking, is this all over? This isn't over. There's no large lady singing a song yet.
No. Who's cheering for Max? Dave says. Well, I am.
Oh, for Max.
And Phil's cheering for Lewis, and our race director here is cheering for. God knows what he's cheering.
No, I'm cheering. I'm cheering for Lewis Hamilton because I've got to balance up things and show that the sport's corrupt.
I thought you were going for the German driver from yesterday. Neither.
Neither. Yeah. Neither.
I have to say, what a great start though, Phil.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry. Just going back to that. That Red Bull looked so slow off the start. They're never that slow. So what happened there, guys? I really don't know. But
Lewis maybe went into full beast mode. Max maybe bottled us due to inexperience. You never know. Like,
I mean, it's like
Lewis, Jesus.
The reaction time was
a 10th per second reaction time.
Yeah.
But you look at that. Look at that 200 meters. So they 200 meters in 4. I still can't believe he's just cut the corner there.
Can I confirm something here from somebody that doesn't?
Max had that. I'm going to say something here. Sorry, Max had that fucking corner. Lewis is another cheating fucking again. Just because
it's not Lewis's. He's just doing his job. It's not the FIA. That's the problem.
Looking at that, they didn't touch. It didn't look like
they did touch. Do you want to borrow my glasses?
Hang on.
They did touch.
I mean,
going back.
Love it when Dermot gets wound up. The Irishman comes out more and more each time.
When you watch it on Max's Lewis's cockpit, it doesn't look like they touched there.
The front wheel and the back wheel touch, Phil.
Lewis definitely gained some sort of an advantage there. I'm sorry.
Sort of like they went into each other.
1.7 seconds. So it's 1.9 seconds after 5 laps. So what's that?
Why do I do this to myself?
That's 0.4 a second a lap at the moment.
Right. Quick question, Phil. What would you do if you're on the Mercedes pit wall? What would you do? Would you run longer, or would you try to mirror what Red Bull are going to do? What would you do?
Well, they're on different tyres. So again, I don't know enough about it, but what I do know is they said that those soft tyres will only do 15 laps. So if that's a good view.
And we've got Cooper's favourite view here, cockpit view for. You can see him smiling there.
Yeah, I love it.
Is there a parking space there on the right? No, round here. Jesus, this is a big car park. Where am I?
I just wish you could see like their cup holders and things for like their their milkshake in the McDonald's.
I'll just give you the top
one
10
view
here.
from
It's-
Charles's helmet, like seriously.
All right, then, right. I've got a good question then. Right, so
Can I
Cuba,
just give the top 10, Phil, just for everyone? It's Hamilton, from Verstappen, from Perez, from Sainz, from Norris, from Leclerc, from Tsunoda, who's made a brilliant start. Bottas is down to 8th. Ocon is up from his grid position, and Ricciardo is in 10th. 11th is Alonso, 12th is Gasly, 13th is Giovinazzi, 14th Vettel, 15th Stroll, 16th Kimi in his last race in Formula One before he retires, and the rest of them don't really matter because they're a heap of crap. Go on, Willie.
Oh god, you just called a shoebacker a heap of crap.
I'm loving this quote from our mate David on the Irish Hotspur. Whoops. There we go. Have a good day. I'm turning this off. What a load of crap Verstappen was punished. Punished last week. It's corrupt, and they only wanted little Lewis to win, and that load of crap. Enjoy, lads.
David, it was worse back in the early noughties when Max Mosley was in charge. Like, this is just a small taster of what it was like back then, man. And the FIA was just
The
so
Red Bull are
blatantly
still
up for
complaining
everything.
to the FIA, apparently, about it.
Don't blame them.
All right, one quick thing then. I just wanted to confirm this. When Hamilton went off the track and he was cutting the corner, sort of wacky races style, and it was really funny. He was allowed to do that because he slowed down enough while he was doing it. Was that what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Wonder how they measure that, or is it just purely on the eye test?
They what I do know, again, being a data guy, they have so much data. They can tell whether or not you brake, you accelerate, whether you turn to the right, you turn to the left. There is nothing you can do in that car that they can't track through data. So everything is available. Yeah, big up, Celery Agent. Nice to have you in the stream, guys. Right, what I was going to say to you, right, my couple of questions, first of all, open to all of you. Bottas, so he's in, obviously, an exceptionally great car. How the hell is he down to 8th place? What is wrong with Valtteri Bottas? I'll start with you,
He's a
Adam.
shit driver.
Yeah, that and I think his confidence is just shot. Like, it's like he's just Lewis's number 2 now. He's Lewis's wingman. So that's bound to damage your confidence in some shape or form. And plus, he's leaving the team anyway. So like, I don't think he's got any motivation to drive well for them at this point. Because it's like the last race of the season. He's just like, yeah, he's just vibing away now at this point. Like, he's going to be taking Kimi's seat next season. So
Right, lads, I'm going back to the race control to see what I can find out. I'll be on later with any updates for you, so enjoy the race.
okay.
I'm more than happy to ask you, Kuva, if you want to answer why Valtteri Bottas is so far behind when he's clearly in a decent car, because he's the second Mercedes driver.
I'm hoping it's some black ops going on. He's going to keep falling back further and further, so he can interfere with like Verstappen on the next lap.
Yeah, but just you were saying earlier, how far ahead are they? So if you look at their lead, so he's 2.3 seconds ahead of Verstappen, and then he's 5 seconds ahead of Perez. So third place driver after 8 laps, he's 5.5 seconds ahead of somebody in the same car as the person behind him. So hopefully that kind of says to you everything you need to know. It's mental. Right then, what we're going to do? Right, Kuva. You're in charge of Formula One next year, and you have to add one condition into every race. I'm opening the floor to you. Go for it. What would you like to see to make it more interesting next year than just racing round and round in circles? Do you want some time to think about it?
No, I've thought about this one for a while. From my own point of view, pedestrian crossings.
Put Michael Massey on the pedestrian crossing.
Just in a shopping centre in the middle. Yeah, that
would you have it that they always have to stop, or just like a normal pedestrian where it's like, oh no, there's somebody there, I've got to stop?
Well, we're seeing today, if you can get away with it, you just go for it.
Yeah. What about you, Adam? What
I
about
have
you?
no idea because this season has been so flipping good. Like, I know the only thing I can make better is if they strap machine guns to the front of the car, like,
Oh yeah,
or
And
maybe like
pedestrian.
and pedestrian crossings, yeah.
Death Race 2000. Yeah, that would make it. That'd make it something.
What about if for the last lap of the race they had to spin the car and do it in reverse?
Oh, that's
Oh,
an
look at
interesting
his,
one.
sorry, just stopping there. Max is complaining about his rear tire, so
Yeah.
he.
That's looking good.
What are
Okay,
we?
okay.
We're
If we're not going for the pedestrian crossing idea, which obviously that'll just be dangerous. The other one would just be make it a two-way system, and you can choose which way you want to go round.
Can you imagine that? You're flying into a hairpin, you suddenly look up, there's a car coming in the other direction.
Well,
hang
that
on.
would be danger back in the sport. I'm definitely going with that one. I think.
Oh, that would be. So yeah, Ben Kaufman's double pit stop for Red Bull. I think without any shadow of a doubt, they're going to have to do double it. What would you do then? Would you, if you were Mercedes, would you just follow them? Because if you follow them, surely with 3-second gap, you're always ahead, aren't you? You know, if they pit now, I suppose the trouble is if they pit now and go on to mediums, Lewis is already on mediums, isn't he? So it's like, what do they do? Yeah, what do they do? But it's like,
I don't know. What's the rules on refueling nowadays as well? Is it all on one? No, it can't be all on one tank. Surely.
Yeah, they don't refuel. I'm presuming again it's through safety, but I think they fuel for the whole race beforehand.
Right. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Suppose you don't want the fuel being live, as it were, in pit stops.
No. I'll tell you what, maybe you should send them. You see that corner they're just going into? Maybe they should send them round a little bit there. So they have to do a quick left and right in that corner. But see, look. That looked to the complete opposite to what I thought would happen there. Here we go. Let's see where they do. Yeah, they do. Weird. That's just mental, that corner. You can see, obviously, Lewis tried ducking it out of it to start with. He's like, I don't want to lose. He had more to lose there, didn't he? But
yeah.
So would you class that Max had the racing line? Because it looked like it. There,
I definitely would.
Public apology to you, Phil. They didn't touch that. I apologise to you. I got that wrong, so public apology.
It certainly looked like it at full power, didn't it? Wow.
Well, when Hamilton went off and took the shortcut,
yeah,
I thought they touched. It did really look like it to me.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, from a certain angle, it really did.
It was when it went on the close in the cockpit of Lewis's. It was like, Jesus. Oh, no.
He missed an opportunity anyway because he got close enough to use his Nerf gun and stuff.
You imagine Nerf guns, so that it's like the thing is
dangerous, just real annoyances.
Have people on the pedestrian crossing with Nerf guns and shooting them.
Yeah, it's already up to 4.8 seconds. It's
how many fastest laps is he going to do today? Jesus,
all of them. Oh, Patrice Sexy Free, great to see you on board, my friend. Thank you very much. We just trying to do our very best and a little bit of diversity.
Well, apparently he wants us to do American football, ice hockey, and basketball. He reckons we'd be great commentators for that.
Cooper and I were talking earlier of doing the beach volleyball, weren't we?
Oh, definitely. I'll do the women's one though.
Yeah, I'll co-host.
Yeah, ice hockey. I like gridiron as well, I must admit, but I mean, it's not quite the same as proper football, is it?
No, I don't mind a bit of American football. I did sit up and watch the Super Bowl last season, which I thought was good. Right, there is a question then, possibly for you guys. When we're talking of that, in their particular sport, who is better, Tom Brady, obviously your great quarterback, or Michael Jordan? Who was better in their field?
Oh God.
Which sounds a weird thing because I know basketball wasn't played in a field. Before you had that, Cuba.
Well, I think Michael Jordan is just global superstar for so long. It's felt like the sport was more wide appealing despite the Super Bowl. It's just like basketball; he just had it all the time in people's face. Yeah, it was just. It's a difficult choice, though, isn't it? They're both absolute legends.
Mm. So I'm just looking at the time he's here. You know, we were talking about Bottas earlier. He's 30 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, and they're pretty much in the same car. I know stuff gets in the way, but you know, if Lewis or Max had started in 6th place, would they be 30 seconds behind the leader now?
I doubt it.
No, yeah, I would happily say not a chance. The truth sets you free, says Jordan by far. Okay. Oh, here we go. So early pit stop. So they said that 15 laps. Is that Max? Yeah.
Yeah, Max is in for his pit stop here.
So, but again, like you said, what are they putting on?
They're putting on the hard tyre, so they're going for the whole race. Going right to the end.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well.
2.1 seconds is pit stop.
So surely then, if Mercedes bring Hamilton in now and put hards on him, surely he should maintain, shouldn't he?
Yeah, that's the sad reality of it, I'm afraid.
Now.
Unless Max can pull out something absolutely wild, but I don't think even he's capable of that.
Charles Leclerc was flying off the circuit there.
So Max Verstappen has come back out at 5th place, so he's 27 behind, 7 seconds behind. What was the pit stop? 21 seconds.
Yeah, 2.1 seconds his pit stop was.
And there you go. Look, he's already on the.
Well, Lando's losing gears. By the way, his car
right. Okay, that's why then.
Gears.
What the bloody hell was Leclerc doing?
I haven't watched a proper pit stop. I haven't watched a proper pit stop for quite a while, and that was just astonishing to me. It always used to take a good few seconds.
Yeah, I think their fastest pit stop this season. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's
1.88 at the Hungary Grand Prix.
What have they put on? They put him on the hards. So so he should come out 5 or 6 seconds. Oh, he's 2.4. So they've lost a third of a second there. But
I mean, he's still in front of Max, so
yeah.
But don't forget, this pit lane goes under the track and comes back the other side of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if Mercedes were 5.5 seconds ahead, and they've now put them both in the same, he's coming out. Where is he? Verstappen? Yeah. Oh, no, he's 5 seconds. Yeah, so he's still 5 seconds ahead, and they're on the same tyres. And if you're saying they can do all that, it's all down to that. So it's just because they have to change tyres, don't they? They can't do even if. Oh, who was that?
That was a cloud going off.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. I wonder whether you got a little bit caught out by Max there, sort of coming out of the pit wall. But they know it's there, don't they? It's not like it's suddenly come out of nowhere. But whoever that is locked up, haven't they? So what Adam? What's the average cost of an F1 car?
I've actually no idea. I presume, like the spectators, it's in the millions. So I'm just gonna guess, 50 million or something.
Yeah, no, I genuinely I don't know, but I
haven't either, but I reckon it's very expensively.
Because isn't it something stupid like I remember listening to him, Chris Moyles, years ago, something like the wing mirrors are £1,500 or something ridiculous like that. So when you start talking about that, ooh, no. Now look at that, Max Verstappen. Oh yeah, no, look, they were just clocking his time to Hamilton, but he is about 5 seconds. But if you look at that, Hamilton's already catching on Perez because he came out at 11 seconds. He's now 10.2. So
I wonder if they're going to try and use Perez as some sort of a roadblock, but I don't think Perez's tires can last that long.
No. Oh, who's this coming in? Oh, this is Charles Leclerc. Cool, that's a slow one. How mad is it when we talk about 3.4 seconds for changing 4 tyres and going, my God, that's slow. It's just...
Yeah, it's unreal. Like,
Who's that? Verstappen just about to... 55. That's Carlos, and that Sainz. Feels weird watching stuff with no sound, which obviously we have to, but it's just
at some point you're gonna have to start doing classic Grand Prix.
it sounds unbelievable.
Well, we were talking, so it'd be good to see sort of in the comments and stuff whether you'd like us to continue with this. Obviously not this season because season ends today, but we talked about potentially doing some more qualifying next season, unless it obviously clashes with the Tottenham game, but it'd be good to see what everybody thinks. Oh, sorry. I was just looking. The Truth Sets You Free says 12.12. I'm just going to bring it up. 12.12 million is the average cost per car. That's an expensive car, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
And just on that, that's not how. Lewis has just clocked another fastest lap there.
Of course he has.
Yeah, that won't have helped him. That'll be another little bit of a time ahead. Yeah, see, look at that. 2 laps ago, he was 11 seconds. Now he's 8 seconds behind Perez. So that looks like he's possibly catching it about a second a lap. So give or take 8 laps, and he's there. It's whether or not they keep Perez out to hold him up. But looking at the pace he's got and the width of this track, he should have enough to get past Perez. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that, Adam?
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I think Lewis, he's just gone full beast mode today. Like, I mean, like when you're catching up to a car that fast, like you really have to wonder: is it just the car, or is it actually him that's doing that? Like, because I mean, look where Valtteri is. He's nowhere even near the top 5 for crying out loud.
No.
One thing I am pissed off about though is how Max is still behind Carlos Sainz. Like, have Ferrari not heard of pit stops?
Yeah. Please. I mean, he must have. DRS is obviously clearly open now, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh no! I just thought that was So he's within a second. There's enough. It should be enough pace in there. And there's another fastest lap. But interesting, isn't it? If you look at that, it's 1:27.7. Didn't their fastest their fastest qualifying was 5 seconds quicker than that yesterday? But I guess they've obviously got a whole heap more fuel, haven't they? They've obviously fueled to the race now, but a 5 second difference between lap 18 and yesterday's qualifying is massive, isn't it? Oh, there you go. Oh my God. They're saying Hamilton will catch Perez in striking distance in 2 laps.
Christ's sake, like.
There you go. Oh no. Going. So he got the racing line there and he's kept it there.
Good.
There you go. So still, although it's not showing it at the moment, it's a clear 1-2 for Hamilton Verstappen, isn't it?
When did it mean like that was to be expected?
Yeah, it's the only way they weren't going to be 1 or 2 is if one of them crashed.
Yeah, crashed or broke down. Like, but they, I don't think either one of these have broken down all year. So,
no.
Oh Jesus! Now Sainz is coming back at Max. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, no, good. Here we don't go.
There was one bit, I was looking at yesterday. There was a race in, I think it was, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a race in Azerbaijan where Hamilton was second. They did a restart and he absolutely went for it and basically went off and didn't score any points.
Yeah.
Remember at the end of that race, I was talking to one of the guys in work and saying, how much do you think those 18 points could hurt him at the end of the season? Because if he'd had the 18 points today at the start, he'd have only needed a 6th or 7th place finish. I know it's made it more exciting. 8.5. That's more than when they went into pit stop land, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like they're all going on the hard tyres. Oh, 85,000 for a rear wing. Whoa.
I thought it was like 125,000. So like that's cheaper like than what I previously thought it was.
Do they have to stay within the lines there?
What lines?
When he came out of the pit, they obviously have the two white lines at the side, but Ricardo clearly went in and out of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because I know that definitely used to be a rule, like along with like you can't speed past a certain like kilometer in the pit lane. But yeah, I mean they do seem to be abusing these limits, like, and ironically, if they went off the track, act like they get a penalty for it.
So what does Hamilton do? I mean, that's a big width there, isn't it? Does Hamilton try getting past Perez, or does he allow Perez? Because he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get into any argy-bargy or anything like that, does he? But you would suggest with the pace he's got, he should be able to take him here, shouldn't he?
Yeah, Lewis will be able to take him. I reckon like he's not going to, like, it's his championship to lose, like, because Max would be ahead like on count.
Yeah.
He's ahead and count back, so he just wants to
You
clear
agree,
everyone
yeah?
and just win it as quick as possible. Just get the job done now is what he wants to do. Like, even if he has to, like, race people, he just wants to win the championship. Like.
Oh, he's taken him and then lost the place. So, he does do well there. Ooh, does do well there, Perez, doesn't he? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's it. So again, I'm going to just. Oh no! Oh no! He's taking it back.
Good man, Sergio. And this is
Yeah.
allowing Max to catch up as well. So Perez is doing his job as best he can. Like, oh Jesus! How close were they to touching?
Obviously, like you say, the risk for Max for Lewis is he didn't want to get into any argy-bargy or risk doing
He's
anything.
gotten into it now.
For battling a car that's already. Oh yeah, see, look, Verstappen now 4.4 seconds. So it's costing Hamilton this.
Good.
Here you go. Still not got enough space, has he? I'd love to. Oh, this is.
Yeah, this is good.
Look at that. Just down to 3 seconds now, so it's proper.
This is it, boys.
That's
hope
some
it-
dangerous. Yeah.
I'm shocked at just how much quicker Lewis is than Checo. Like,
Yeah. There you go. There's the speed.
Verstappen's gap to Hamilton is 1.1 seconds.
how far behind is my stream? Jesus,
If you-
Lewis. I'm sorry.
there you
That's
go.
some dangerous driving. I think it's on the line, Lewis. Shut up. Honestly, I mean,
The thing is, though, dangerous driving isn't necessarily. It's racing, isn't it? Racing is dangerous, isn't it? Because you're
look how
driving.
close Max is.
wouldn't say-
Race director, what do you think?
I think we should be arguing more.
Right,
So,
Phil and Adam, I'll leave that to you.
Come
Oh,
on,
thanks. I
Hamilton.
just want to eat my biscuit and watch the race in peace.
So, there you go. So that Hamilton's leads back up is pulling away again. Look, 1.7, 1.7 there. He's up. But that's certainly pulled 4 or 5 seconds back there. So you have to say Perez has done a job there for
Yes.
his team and his teammate.
Hats off to Perez for that now.
Oh, and then there he is. He's worn out now. He's going in for a rest. Have a couple of seconds off. Oh, I wonder what did they just do on the front bit there? I'm going to say the front bit because I don't know my cars.
The front
What do you
bit.
mean?
They did on the. I don't know what it's called right at the front, but they did something on the pit stop there on Perez's car.
Oh, on the front wing, probably
Yeah.
readjusting it or something. Because, like, if your front wing is damaged, basically you're screwed. Like,
Yeah. That's a lot of sparks coming up, isn't it?
I love the sparks. Like, honestly, such a good thing to see.
1.9 seconds. The trouble is they're still on. You know, the only way Max can do it now is to catch him and overtake him. And they've said this a lot all season. There's one thing catching. as another thing overtaking.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you know there that Lewis was way ahead in pace of Perez, but it still took 6 seconds out of his lead to pull that round. But he's pulling away again now. He's at 6 seconds.
Like you said, Lewis just seems faster. Like,
yeah. But look at that. So third place is 16 seconds behind them after 23 laps. So it is an absolute they're a country mile ahead, aren't they? Those two.
They might as well just have their own championship. Like, to be honest,
it's almost like you didn't need everyone. You need everyone else for the spectators, but what's this now? So yeah, look at that. So that lap 19 was obviously the big power battle, and it cost him nearly half a second, and then he pulled it out on the next one. So
I mean, you're just going to go back up to 5 seconds again eventually.
Yeah,
the way this race is going, like.
At the moment, it's only a Hamilton mistake or an engine failure that's going to change this result now, isn't it? Unless they catch a back marker and something ridiculous happens. But look at that. He's, again, 2.4 seconds now. He's pulling away again. Yeah, it's kind of lost a little bit of... it's all the exciting stuff's happened now, and now it's just like, 35 laps to go. I'm presuming no more pit stops for either of these two if they're on the hard tyres. Another fastest lap for Lewis. Sorry, I do keep talking, but another fastest lap for Hamilton.
Like, honestly, he's just such a beast. Like, even I have to admit that. Like, never seen anything like Lewis Hamilton in my life.
I'd love to open it up and say who's the greatest driver of all, but the difficulty you've got is we just don't know, because unless you put all of them in exactly the same car, you don't know who is a great driver.
Yeah.
Sorry, who's a great driver. You don't know who's the greatest, and when you look back, it's like is Hamilton a better driver than Schumacher? Honestly, for me, I don't know. If you look at it on paper, he's got all the records, but that doesn't always tell you a great story, does it?
Yeah, exactly.
If we bring it back.
Yeah, it's impossible. Sorry, Phil, but it's impossible to tell now anyway, because as Fangio is dead, Schumacher is in a coma, Senna is also dead, unfortunately, and the only one left out of those four contenders is really Lewis, So it's impossible to put them in the same car,
Has anyone watched that? Have you watched the program on Schumacher? There's one on. I won't mention the channel, but there's a channel that you can go on that had the story of sort of Schumacher. And I haven't watched it yet. It's in there ready to go, but I haven't watched it yet. But I'd be really interested to know kind of what's happening now, how he is.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't give away too much. They hint at what he's like now, towards the end of the documentary, but they don't outright say this is what he's like, or this is how he's going to be in a few years. They subtly hint at his condition, but it's worth the watch, I'd say. I mean, I didn't think it was the greatest thing ever, but I thought it was good at the same time. You got some indication into what Schumacher was like as a person.
Did you ever watch Schumacher, Kuva? Were you watching the bit of Grand Prix then?
Yeah, I mean it's just such a big name, so I watched a little bit. I wasn't really too fussed. I'll tell you what really put me off Formula One was listening to Nigel Mansell.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so boring. I thought I'm just not watching this crap anymore.
He was supposed to be such an exciting driver as well, which is so ironic.
Yeah, it's weird. It really is. No, I think for me, nothing sort of grabbed me as much as those rivalries, the Senna, Prost, and Lauda, and Hunt, and those sorts of rivalries that really got me. But since then, it's not really anything that's grabbed me too much. I know quite a lot of the names, but it's one of those things I can have it on in the background without getting angry, but I'm not bothered though.
So just getting 3 laps off the halfway point.
Wonder, it's getting dark now.
Yeah, you're lap 20. This is what it. Look at those spots. It does. It still amazes me that there is so much there. That was a proper little battle there, wasn't it? But I tell you what, Perez, he never gives up his place easily, does he?
No, he doesn't. It's one thing
you may take him, but he's always got a little bit of comeback there. I wonder, did he go off the racing line there? Not that it really matters now. I guess.
Exactly, yeah. Or what is Mercedes talking about to the FIA now? What do they have to complain about?
I don't know. I think, when we were talking about our rule change, I think you should have compulsory hand gestures when you overtake. That should be another one. Yeah. So who's this? So what? Obviously, that's the other thing we haven't really talked about is the battle going on elsewhere. So Bottas, I presume, obviously, no, he hasn't pitted yet, has he?
You're joking. Kimi is not breaking down in his last race.
Oh, he's one. Oh no, he's one lap. Yeah, he is. He's one lap behind.
Are you serious? Oh, for God's sake! You know what? It's Kimi, so I don't think he'll be too fussed about it.
Oh no, he should be able to pull out of that. Oh, let me bring Ben in. We have Ben in the stream.
Go on, Ben.
Ben.
Afternoon, lads.
How are you?
Yeah, just about live. Just taking a break from the rest of the Kaufman family, so all good.
What's your thoughts on the race so far, then?
It's about as much as I expected, really. That Mercedes is just a much faster car. There should have been a bit of leeway with that the decision on the first turn, and it really should have given that place back. But it's Verstappen getting comeuppance for his last a couple of decisions that have gone his way this year. Brazil last week in Saudi and all that nonsense. The boys got away with well too much this year, and they're cracking down on it finally. But again, it's poor stewardship from the FIA, really, because they
I would agree on. No, yeah, poor stewardship.
They should have stamped on it the first time instead of letting all these silly decisions go. And that it's like getting a yellow card and then the referee having to give another one just to level up the scores. So it's poor at the end of the day, but the Mercedes is a much faster car.
Yeah, and that was always evident. That's why I was so shocked yesterday that Hamilton didn't get pole, because Q2 qualifying 2, he was so far ahead, and then it was almost like they swapped cars, and Max pulled out an absolutely unbelievable lap, and he was so far ahead. Just didn't make any sense. But there he is, poor Kimi on his last race.
Honestly. That's just his luck,
Dear Kimi, we will leave you alone now. Yeah. So who else has pulled out? Because there's 20 drivers. Is it
Mazepin couldn't race because he got COVID, and now Russell is after breaking down as well.
Oh, Russell's in pit, yeah.
Well, see you, Kimi. That's such a sad sight.
Yeah, he's been a great driver.
You wanted him to finish. Again, don't particularly like him, but you would. Number 7, yeah. I'd be disappointed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he was one of the greatest drivers to ever race in the sport. I don't want any arguments about it. On his day, when he was in his prime, he was just the fastest driver in the world.
You see the state of that front tire there. Look at that. 3.6 seconds now.
I think Verstappen's going to have to undercut him again and try and put some faster tyres on.
I don't think he can. I think Lewis is just too quick.
Oh look, Lewis just saying that it's a long way for these tyres.
Yeah, as soon as they've heard that, they're going to have to pit. They're going to have to pit Verstappen because Hamilton's going to have to pit.
But if you're Mercedes, all you would do is mirror what Red Bull do, wouldn't you? Like we did last time. If they come in now and put mediums on, they go with that. If they put soft on,
but Verstappen's he's close enough where if he undercuts him, he'll be ahead of him.
Is it?
Well, it's 3.6 seconds, so that's not a long time.
No, but even if they're half a second slower, you would still expect Hamilton. If they do, Verstappen goes in and then on the next lap Mercedes copy it, and that's the advantage Mercedes have got here, isn't it?
But you could always do plan Z, which is get in front of him. He tries to overtake you, and then just take him out.
You all like the Schumacher tactic.
There's always a plan. I mean, that's my original. Whilst we were talking about why Hamilton finished behind him in qualifying, I think that was on purpose, so he could see where he is.
Yeah.
Because if he's behind you, there's always a chance that he can take you out in the first lap. So that's why I think Hamilton purposely came second.
Well, we talked about that early on the stream. Is like you for me, it was Red Bull's always quicker off the start, so it was a case of I might as well let him be ahead of me than come from behind me and potentially take me out. But we know that we've got the pace later on to be able to do it. Oh, just a driver update. So at the moment, as it stands, Hamilton will be world champion. Like we really need that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's pulling away now. Look, 4.2 seconds now. So, each lap he's just pulling away, and we've obviously passed the halfway point.
Well, Alonso is having a good race. He's up to 5th.
Oh, God, yeah, I missed that.
The question is, how's Bottas going to fuck up next on his last race to win Red Bull the constructors?
I'm sure there are plenty of options.
I think, though, at the moment, so as it stands at the moment, Lewis would have 26 points, and then Verstappen and Perez coming in second and third would come in with 18 and 15, so they come in with 33. They've got to overturn 29 points, haven't they? Which the only way they're going to do that is if Hamilton drops out. That's Perez. Yeah, is that Bottas just gone into pit now? Then,
yeah, that's a good decision. Just in case Verstappen pits, so he can block him.
Yeah.
Well, great camera angle there. What do they do there? 2.4. Yeah, again, not too
Good
bad.
pit.
That must be heartbreaking for the drivers. When they're driving down there at 50 miles an hour and everyone else is just racing past you. Wonder where he's going. Where's he going to come out? 7th. I mean, that's shocking, isn't it? So he should have a bit of pace about him now. He's on the hard tyre, so that's him. Stop. He won't pit again there, will he?
That's a good one stopper.
It's whether any of the front three will pit again. It kind of feels all or nothing, doesn't it? I suppose the potential, but the gap's big enough now is if they'd done it earlier, if Verstappen then pitted, so would Hamilton, but Perez could have been ahead of them. But again, I would suggest now with 26 laps to go, if Verstappen pits, he's going to be 30 seconds behind. Is he going to pull 30 seconds back in 26 laps? Probably not. Even on, and he can't go back to another soft now, can he? Surely he has to stay on.
He's got to go mediums, I think, which I think could go to the end of the race. So he might wait for another 3 laps.
But I just think he's running out of time because if Hamilton pits, they put him on softs, which would make him even quicker, wouldn't it?
Softs won't go to the end of the race, though. So that's
yeah. They say about 18 laps, don't they? So he'd have to wait 8 laps, and don't know.
Phil, apologies, mate. I'm just going to drop off the stream for about 2 minutes, and I'll be back on.
No worries.
Okay. Right.
See you, Coover.
See you soon.
Kind of wanted it to. You wanted that Lewis and Perez battle to be Max and Lewis all the way through the race, didn't you?
Yeah, but if that happened, there was always the risk that they crash each other out.
Yeah. See, look, Hamilton. But look at that, Hamilton. He's still 5 seconds off the pole lap. It just feels really odd. And there goes Bottas. Is he going to finally do it? Because he only seems to wake up in the second. Oh, and he wakes up in the second half of the race, Bottas, doesn't he? He took third place. Who was it? Third place from Ocon last week and celebrated like he'd won the tournament, didn't he?
Yeah.
Be like us, like telling us we're going to win the FA Cup because we beat Morecambe. You're like, no, really, no.
Geez, with our COVID cases, we mightn't even play them now at this point.
Oh. If I were to stop under safety car, would you prefer me? Oh, okay.
That's a good. That's a good thing. There is going to be a safety car in this race, just to put a spanner in the works. Someone's going to crash.
I hope so, because then Max will have a really good chance of getting him.
That is the only way, isn't it? We talked earlier, and we didn't mention safety cars, but
I feel like Verstappen has to put on the softest tyre he can just to get some pace out of the car. It's all or nothing, really.
Yeah.
Do you know what the sad thing is? I think Max is actually trying his best with the tyres he has, but he just can't match Lewis's pace.
Yeah, it's a much faster car, and this is a straight circuit.
And do you know what? We're obviously on board with Bottas there. It's like he looks like he doesn't want to overtake, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I could take him, but surely he should be able to steam past the blooming Ferrari, shouldn't he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, look, he's just. I think you were right, guys. I think he's just a poorer version of a driver than. I can't believe next season if George Russell was driving for Mercedes, he wouldn't be. He'd be steaming into Ferrari here, wouldn't he?
George Russell is going to drive for Mercedes next year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just saying, if he was driving this year, he I know he's still got third place and everything, but he's certainly not. He's not put himself in the shop window there that makes you go, "Come on, all the top drivers, let's pick all the top teams. Let's pick Bottas."
Mm.
What's Leclerc? Can't hear what Leclerc's saying. So, where's Leclerc? Oh, 8th.
It feels so shit to see Ferrari being 6th and 8th. That's so boring.
Yeah. No, it's not boring. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I want to see Ferrari start cheating again. We need to see the Italian cheats back. I want to.
No, Jesus.
I miss it.
I don't. Didn't we have enough of it during the early noughties? Like.
Oh, it was fun.
You're a Ferrari fan, so again, I'd say.
All okay?
Look over.
Yeah.
See, he surely should be able to pull away now. Yeah, there you go. He should be pulling away. It looked a lot closer when you were in the cockpit there, didn't it? It looked like he was only literally in front, but
that gap seems to be getting bigger. Is that right?
I think the Mercedes is a car not built for overtaking. I think it's built to be a car that's good at straight line, get in front of you and stay ahead of you. Whereas I think that Ferrari is very good at overtaking and staying. It's a bit quicker on the overtakes, but it's not good at staying ahead.
Oh, who's that dropping out? Oh, is that Mickey Schumacher down there?
Was he breaking down, or did he?
No,
crash?
He's being lapped, so he has to get out of the way. Yellow flags, double yellows, I believe.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like he's getting out of the way.
Now he's broken down.
Oh well.
I was about to mention that Schumacher, is that a relation to the great Michael Schumacher? Or?
Yeah, he's his son. Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah. That's how long it is since I've been following it, really.
Yeah. And he, funnily enough, he's a Mick Schumacher.
All right.
That's Antonio Giovinazzi should be the best Formula One driver on the planet. He's just got the greatest name, and he's just a crap driver. It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
He should be a cheat. He's got the number 99. He should just be he should be smoking whilst he's driving. I mean, I watched too much wacky races growing up. That's my problem. I still think I think Mazepin should just have a purple car with 00 written on it.
Afternoon to John Fitzpatrick, just joining the
Big
stream.
up, John.
Afternoon. Oh, virtual safety car was. Ooh.
It's to get the car off the track.
Yeah, but like they won't lose any time over the virtual safety car though. It's only the actual safety car they can lose time, so like that won't do anything.
So it says there, obviously, reduce speed by 40. Does that happen automatically, or do the drivers physically slow down?
They have to physically do it.
So what happens if, let's say, for argument's sake, I'll pick Lewis. So Lewis doesn't do it as quickly as Max. So the gap was 5 seconds, but for whatever reason, he's done it a little bit later, and the gap grows to 6 seconds. Do they put it back to the 5, or
they give him a time penalty because you got to follow the rules, especially if you're the lead car.
It would be that. So it's not in anyone's interest to be cheating or doing anything there. Then, yeah. Oh.
Actually, to be honest,
yeah, that's the right thing to do. Virtual safety car, pit.
Verstappen. Okay.
Wait, has Verstappen just pitted?
Yeah.
He's in the pit now.
Yeah, Mercedes are doing the same thing.
Oh, this is hopeless. Like, there is absolutely no way now that they're going to win this. Like, I don't see how they're going to win this.
What? They put another set of hards on, have they?
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. Go to the end of the race. He's Hamilton's in the wrong part of the track, so he's got to drive around the entire circuit to pit.
Okay.
He should have gone for mediums, in my opinion. But
so Hamilton has gone for the softs, or like?
Oh, they've almost said. Is that no? That's both of them. Oh, they've pitted both of them.
It's a good idea. Smart.
But it also then puts them miles ahead now, doesn't it? Mercedes, whether.
Oh, I can't hear what I've muted my telly. I can't hear what they're saying.
So he's got 21 laps. If they're catching it a second and a half a lap, they can't risk that, can they? So, ooh.
Oh, Toto Wolff doesn't look happy.
Why? I mean, like, what Red Bull are doing are fair and square, isn't it?
I mean, there's nothing you can complain about. I mean,
yeah, and yet they'll hop onto Michael Massey, their boy, and say, "Hey, oi, this is not on."
I mean, they've got no excuse after that. The first lap thing, they can't complain. They were given a gift from the heaven. It was like Tottenham. It was like Tottenham when we signed Rafael van der Vaart.
That was a gift from heaven, all right. That was a gift from the bloody angels.
Jesus. So, what's he going to do now then, Hamilton? Are they bringing him in or not?
He's going to have to go to the end of the race. It's his only choice.
You don't think they can bring him in now?
No, it's only 20 seconds. You lose 14. Geez. You lose. He's quick. He's catching him quickly.
Oh my God!
He's catching. Yeah,
they're going to blow it here, aren't they, Mercedes?
You know what? I'd love if they do. Hang on, is there actually hope now? But like, how quickly will Max's tires start to degrade, though? And will he be in striking distance of Lewis when they do? Like, you have to think about all these things.
Look at that.
He just needs to get 14
shit.
seconds. He just needs 14 seconds. 14 seconds for a pit stop.
Yeah, but now what Mercedes can do is they can put Hamilton on the softs, and then and he can absolutely blast it and catch Max in no time. That's what will happen probably if they bring him in.
Yeah, but then there's two. He's got to get past 2 Red Bulls now instead of 1.
Oh yes. Oh, Red Bull. Tell you one thing, their strategy is ambitious. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean it was the right thing to do. I really need to see if I can get another set of headphones so I can hear the telly. Oh. No, it's not it.
Yeah, that's big. Jesus. There you go. Look, fastest lap.
Max Verstappen.
Bit of an update, lads. Verstappen will be 0.8 of a second quicker per lap than Lewis Hamilton. He's tied up on 23 laps and he's hard. Yes. And will be
1/8
of a tenth gap now is
If it's
6.
0.8 of a second, that's going to be about 20 laps. So Hamilton has so 0.8, so 10
And
20
laps.
laps.
also,
Yeah, the
and
race will be
also-
over in 20 laps.
yeah, and also,
Oh, look.
I'm disgusted with Toto Wolff trying to influence the race director for not bringing out a safety car. I think it's out of order. I think it's disgusting, and Toto Wolff should be fined by the FIA for that, because you should not be able to influence a race director.
Yeah, but like, was he looking for a safety car, or was he, or like, what was he
He
doing?
said,
Did
"Do
he want
not
a
bring
safety
out
car?
the safety car. Do not bring out the safety car." So
It
It
he's
didn't
trying to
need. It didn't need
high.
the safety car. It didn't need the
He
safety
didn't.
car. No, it didn't need
Yeah.
the safety car. It was
I
fine.
think that would have. Yeah, I think actually a safety car would have worked in Mercedes' favor. Actually, in
It
Yeah.
would
long
have
run.
done.
It would have because they would. I mean, so
So what's Toto
Anyway.
on about? Like,
Anyway, we're on lap 40 out of 58. The gap now is 15.9 seconds. Phil, I leave it back to you. Sorry.
I'm just
I'm
looking.
getting excited now.
If they're catching at 0.8 a lap, 20 laps, that's only him. That's only caught him. He's still got to get past him, which is enough, but they're running out of laps. So this has now made it very exciting. Oh, there goes Alonso.
Fernando, hey. He's had a pretty good season actually on his return, or like considering
Yeah.
the carries in Fernando. Not bad at all. No. Ooh. Oh jeez. Yeah. Oh! He went wide. The
See,
old
look.
timer. Yeah.
See, if you look at that, that's another lap on. He's only caught 0.3 there because he was at 16, wasn't he?
Yeah.
but as soon as Hamilton loses his tyres, he will decrease the speed a lot, and he won't be able to go around corners on those hards.
That's the hope.
It's the next 10 laps you'll see that degradation will be too slippery.
Yeah, look, Hamilton's saying I won't be
Yeah.
able to keep this pace up for the whole race.
I'm worried though about Max's degradation though, because like I mean those tires are going to like fall off like eventually.
That's why you put the hards on though, because those hards won't be truly ready for another 5-6 laps. That's when they start being quick, when they're slightly worn
Really?
in. Yeah. Because they take a lot longer to warm up, the hard tyres. So you'll have more grip in like 5-6 laps.
Okay.
Mercedes definitely backed into a corner, aren't they? So
Yeah.
Good. To kick up the backside they need.
yeah, look, 14.7 with 17 laps. Jesus. Three laps ago it was all over, wasn't it? Now it's nowhere near.
They should have pit. They should have pit under that safety car.
Red Bull are just brilliant strategists when it comes to the circuit. Like that's how like Sebastian won it back in 2010. Like just masterful tactics.
And also that blown diffuser was a genius from what's his name?
Ross Brawn?
No, the
Adrian Newey.
That's the one, Adrian Newey. The guy's a genius.
He is. No doubt about it. Like
0.2 seconds faster.
Yeah, but 0.2 is not enough, is it?
No, it's not. It needs 0.8.
Yeah.
Those tyres are going to fall off in a minute.
what Lewis's?
Yeah, Lewis's tyres are going to fall off in a minute.
You see, if it's only 0.2 of a second he's catching each lap, will that give him enough time to the end of the race?
Look at that. So sector 2, Verstappen was 0.097 slower, but
yeah, but
this has certainly made it edgy for Mercedes, isn't it?
That Red Bull is quick around the corners, but it's not good on the straights. It's the two different design philosophies. Adrian Newey of going around corners and Toto Wolff of being fast.
So was it just where the virtual safety car came out? It was just Mercedes. Mercedes already passed it, so by the time they went round to 40%, so it was a timing issue, not rather than 16 laps and 14 seconds. Whew. This is proper nervy now, isn't it?
I don't really care, to be honest, because I support McLaren. So whoever wins is whoever wins. I've always been a McLaren guy, so I always support the British teams. At least in my head.
Who's that? Oh, AlphaTauri. That's please let us finish a race.
Kuva just passed out, priceless.
So Spursy. One watching now. Make room. Racing so exciting. Oh dear. All gone very silent now. It's like just really gripping stuff now. But
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking stuff.
Oh, that's the 0.6, 0.8, 0.6.
But 0.4, 0.3.
Yeah.
The 0.4 and 0.3
that's how you can see.
Max Verstappen, yeah, coming up there.
He's doing a good job looking after his tyres. He's not going on any of the curbs.
No.
Who is Max or Lewis?
Lewis, he's really looking after those tyres. He's not touching a single curb on that track.
Oh, God.
14 seconds ahead with 15 laps to go.
I don't know about this, lads.
But Max needs to be catching at a second a lap and some
Exactly.
to give him enough time to get past him. I would suggest by the time he catches, but I mean, look, you know, 50. Oh, they tell you what, whoever thought Formula One might get exciting. Coov, are you excited?
Oh, I'm absolutely riveted. No, there's a lot going on in the our Spurs community at the moment, so I'm sort of preoccupied.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about, or?
Oh, it's the ongoing situation with Bob Spur, our mate. He's back on the sort of machine aiding his breathing again at the moment. It's a bit worrying. So keeping in contact with people, making sure he's always got our full support, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But that puts a dampener on things, doesn't it? No, Bob would want us to carry on anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah. So 13.8. 13.8 seconds, 14 laps.
You can't do it.
It's looking like there's not enough laps from my point of view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Hamilton's? I want to know what Hamilton's saying, but I can't have the sound on. So
yeah, I was trying to find that. I don't know where the phone port on my telly is, so I'm plugging another set of headphones in.
So you could almost like have one of them and one of us, yeah.
Yeah. Not that I like Channel 4's commentary, but I don't have Sky in my room, so I have to have Channel 4. It's good enough.
I'll tell you what, another virtual safety car now would absolutely give it to Verstappen, wouldn't it?
It's a possibility with a Haas on the grid. Those things are shite.
But if they had a proper safety car now, Lewis is...
Oh, yeah, he's done for. Unless he pits and gets a really good pit stop.
Yeah, thanks, So Spursy. Yeah, we do have the classic game coming up at 5 o'clock, isn't it? We've got that posted for Phil.
Yeah.
Spurs against Barcelona, 1982 European game. And I think we're doing the full match, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
So get a bit of retro Spurs if the real thing's offline at the moment. Anyway, this was in danger of becoming exciting a little while ago. What's happened?
Yeah, it's too late. He should have undercut him a couple of laps earlier.
What would you still put him on the hard tyres then, or?
I would have put him on mediums and just gone to the end of the race on the mediums. I don't know why they put hards on. Obviously, they were hoping for Hamilton's tyres to fall off, and they haven't fallen off. So.
No, I mean, looking at it, there is 12 laps and he's 13 and a half seconds. So it looks like He's not really caught him, has he?
No.
But there's a big but because proper safety car and Hamilton's done for, isn't he?
Sergio Perez to smash into the side of one of the other cars.
How much would you love to have gone to this race then, Ben?
Oh, actually, no, I can go to Abu Dhabi now, but I don't like racing being there because you can't see the entire track. Part of the good thing about watching on the telly is you can see the entire race rather than just vroom and then vroom.
Yeah.
I like to see the entire thing, which is possibly why Monaco is good because you get the both. You get to see the part of the track and you also get the telly at the same time because you sit in a flat and watch it.
Yeah, there's almost a block of flats where they go around a hairpin, isn't there? And you just think, I would dread to think how much that one of those flats would be to buy. Can you?
Oh, minimum 6 million euro minimum.
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
I'll probably buy one then. Anyone else? Want one?
And that would be for
I'll put a deposit down.
That'd be for a 2-bed. It wouldn't be for a 4-bed. It'd be for a 2-bed.
Oh, Christ.
We'll have to get Red Bull to sponsor the channel for that, I think.
Firstly, hopefully Red Bull by Tottenham just gives us shit tons of money.
Gives the
That'd
players
be
a Red
nice.
Bull can after, just before every game to get them pumped up.
Could we cope with it being a Red Bull though? I mean, I think I'd probably turn it down.
I'd prefer if Robert Kraft bought us and then just gave us Kraft cheese every game and Capri. I think there's probably a possibility for that, which is why Cadbury sponsor Tottenham so much. Cadbury's everywhere at Tottenham.
Cooper, I'm just going to dip out for 2 seconds. I just need to grab something to eat, as I was telling you earlier. So,
Yeah,
2
no
seconds.
problem, mate. Right. It's over to you, Adam, then. You're in control, mate.
It's my stream now.
I'm the
No.
captain now.
Oh yeah, that's what I had in my mind. No, lads, you know what? It's sound pessimistic here, but I think this is Lewis's championship now. We've got 11, maybe 12 laps to go now, and it's 13 seconds. Max needs to catch him 1 second per lap.
Yeah, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's looking too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless Hamilton starts slipping because his tyres have gone, which it doesn't look like it.
How is he keeping that thing under control with that degradation? Like, it makes.
It shows how good of a driver he is. It's a shame
Yeah.
he's such a twat of a bloke, but he is a supremely good driver.
That's what Adam was saying earlier. Is like we probably don't realize. Sorry, I'm back now. We don't really realize how good a driver he is, but I think over the last 5 or 6 laps, he's shown how good he is.
And also, he's got clean air, so he's got no turbulent air that's going to displace the car. So he's going to have full rein over his front and rear wing to go around those corners.
Yeah.
Will Mercedes? I mean, Mercedes really don't want to pit him. Like,
No, he's not pissing.
he's not going to pit. No. That would be so stupid if he
not
did.
a chance. Man. I mean, he's lost a second in the last 4 laps.
Mhm.
You
I mean,
cope with that. There you go, look.
We would need a repeat of what happened at the Nürburgring in 2005, where Kimi's tires.
He's
just flew
a
off in the
second
last
faster
lap.
than him now. He's a second faster now.
Oh, thank God for that! About time. Like, there's 12 seconds. Like, there's not 12 laps.
You got 10 laps.
Yep, it just doesn't add up. Like,
Hamilton's in turbulent air. It's going to have to get past him quickly.
good. No, to hold them up is what I do. Well, no, I wouldn't, but like, still.
That wasn't
But
an
I hope
Alpha.
he does.
It would have happened if he was going against an Alpha Tauri, but he's not.
I wonder what's Christian saying.
He's probably saying, "Why do I do this to myself?"
Yeah, but at least I got a Spice Girl.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
that.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
I know what I want. I want Max to win this championship, but like, we don't always get what we want. That's the problem.
Okay. Well, anyone interested in Scotland? Rangers beat Half the Midlothian 2-0.
The only game I care about in Scotland is East Fife versus Forfar.
Who?
And you always want it to be 5-4, don't you?
Yeah.
He's 5-4. 4 5
4-5.
Oh,
We
yeah,
had
I
that-
guess. Yeah.
We had that a few seasons back, didn't we?
The penalty shootout. So it's not technically East 5-4, 4-5-5, but I'll take it where you can get it.
Well, that looked slow, didn't it? Yeah, 3.3. Slow. 50% slower than Mercedes and Red Bull, but 8 laps to go.
Let's see
Just
if I
think
can
he
find
could-
a
he could,
headline
you know,
report.
He could lose this whole tournament on a crash that goes behind him. I suppose the only thing that, well, yeah, no, he wouldn't, would he? He'd have, he could pit and go in on the softs, but to be as quick as possible, but he wouldn't get past 4 or 5 drivers, and he wouldn't get past Perez and Verstappen in that time, would he?
You never know with Lewis, but like maybe not.
So 11 seconds with 8 laps. That's the only thing that's going to lose this championship for him is a crash somewhere else.
Yeah.
And a proper safety car, isn't it? Even a virtual one wouldn't affect.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's like we all lost,
Yeah.
It's like,
Sit back and relax and hope for better next season.
It was building up to something, and it's just all
Yeah,
people,
it's fallen flat on its ass.
yeah.
Like this is Abu Dhabi, so I'm not a bit surprised. Like why don't they finish the season off in Brazil? That's a proper
Yeah.
circuit.
That's
Yeah.
what they should have done. It's what it used to be, and it was so much better for it.
Oh man, that 2012 race was one of the best races I've ever watched.
Even the one where Hamilton got his first championship, that was a proper race.
is that the
Yeah.
one when Massa crossed the line and had won
Yeah.
it, and then
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's got
And then-
Glock.
Yeah, he overtook Timo Glock. Or
That's what-
or as we call him, or the Irish call him, Timo Glock.
Timo Glock. That is what
Yeah.
we call him. Yeah.
Timo
Oh, you know,
Glock.
that moment was like basically the F1 equivalent of Balotelli Aguero. That was our Aguero moment in F1.
Still, there's hope of something happening, though. I suppose could always take a leaf out of boxing's book, and Verstappen's mum jumps out of the crowd and attacks Hamilton with her shoe.
No, it'd be his dad that does that, because that's why I don't. Jos Verstappen's a bit of a prick. He goes down pubs beating people up. He's a proper twat, that bloke.
He wasn't a great F1 driver anyway.
No,
That's for sure. He was shit.
Verstappen's thinking in his head, I should have centered him.
early on.
Probably is.
Or what is it? You know,
Well,
he's
Max
now
is-
looking. He needs 2 seconds a lap, and he's not 2 seconds quicker, is he?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's even 2/10 quicker now.
no.
They had a big warning not to cause an incident to sort of affect the result, didn't they? So you were probably thinking at this point, should we just do it anyway and ride our lap?
Oh,
I wonder.
their sentiment. So they're voting for driver of the day, and Kimi Raikkonen is at 40%.
I love this fan base. That's some mad respect.
That's pure sentiment, isn't it?
Oh well, it's been a good year.
I thought
Not
it was
the
a
result I
Pirelli
wanted,
yet.
but look it. It's that
quite-
too.
It's quite funny seeing the Dutch fans being really upset.
It's
Yeah,
sad
that-
to see the Dutch fans being upset.
Can't really lose any sleep over that. And look, Hamilton's actually just pulling a little bit away. He was at 11 seconds just now. He's 11 and a half now. So
Yeah, because Max is in traffic. Like,
Yeah.
how's Max in traffic and Hamilton? Oh, has Hamilton already done all of this? Like,
Yeah,
has
he's
he?
done all
already
of
did
this.
it,
Ones,
yeah.
yeah.
Lando Alonso. Yeah, look, 12 seconds now. 12 seconds with 5 laps to go.
Ugh.
Well, unfortunately, we have no one watching us at the moment because I think all our viewers are on the channel. But what we did have a look at last night is we did the qualifying yesterday, and we peaked with a handful of visitors to the site, but 60 people have watched it afterwards, which is very encouraging. Because we are obviously we're fairly new, but we are growing. So we're up to a magical 147 subscribers, which
safety car. That's a safety
car.
That's going to be a safety car, in my opinion.
Hold on a second.
God.
What the actual F happened? Because my screen is behind.
Oh, it is. Look,
That's a safety car. Yeah. Here we go.
God.
What?
Oh boy.
Really?
Thank
boy.
you, Nicholas Latifi. You are such a shit driver, and it's come over at the right time.
Oh my God! Look.
Boy. Oh no, this is going to be fun.
I'm calling it. They're gonna crash. They're gonna crash. They're gonna crash.
I mean, he probably should do it. He should just take him out.
No, but like the FIA are so up Mercedes' backside, like they'll just disqualify him from the championship. So there's no point.
So is this safety car or virtual?
No, this
That's
is
an actual safety car now. Lewis is at.
Who's that coming in?
Do you know what? Oh,
That's
don't tell me to.
that'll be Verstappen putting on super. Oh, is that Perez?
Don't pit Max, for God's sake, Red Bull. Just freaking stick with what you're doing. I think Red Bull are over. If they're bringing Max in, then they're overthinking this. It's going to cost them. There's 5 laps to go. That's Max coming in. Right, that's it. No. That's it. This is over. It's over. That's it. Oh, jeez.
Right, safety car. Max has pitted for soft tyres. Hamilton missed the pit stop. And
yeah, Verstappen's having him. Verstappen's having him.
Beat.
They both.
Is Verstappen still second, though?
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Oh, thank God, because I thought that pit stop was going to put him behind.
So they'll probably do 3 laps of safety car and then 2 laps to the end. I'm telling you, Verstappen will win this championship.
I'm telling you, I hope so. I really hope. I have a lot of hope now, Dermot. Like, I'm really hoping now.
Phil,
This is
what's your
unbelievable.
thoughts?
Well, I'm just.
And Perez is going to try and get him as well.
That's unbelievable. Yeah.
The man didn't do it deliberately.
Holy. That's a lot of stuff going on there. I wonder if they could do safety car. That's the only way Hamilton's going to win this now, is if the safety car goes to the end of the race.
I mean,
yeah.
It
I
can't
think
really
they should
complain.
red flag it myself. Red flag the race and just do a 5-lap race.
Come back next week for part 2.
5 lap sprint race. I like it. Oh, he's been taken out. It was taken out by Mick Schumacher.
Thank you, Mick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, that's him not wanting his dad's record broken.
Oh, that's a brilliant, Ben. That's brilliant.
Fuck you, Hambo.
Honestly, if Max wins this, Christian Horner is going to want to go up and just kiss Mick Schumacher on the lips. Like, he won't even care.
Why would you need to do that when you've got a Spice Girl?
Never know when he's the moment. Oh,
He'll make Jerry Halliwell put a Mick Schumacher face mask on.
Lewis is going to want to absolutely punch Latifi after this if he loses it. Will they have enough time to move that car, though, is what I'm wondering. It's in an awkward position on the track, like, and there's only a few laps to go.
Because that's for staff. No. Oh, no.
That is a McLaren.
Yeah. So Verstappen's, when it goes back.
They will have to let them lap, though. All the cars that need to go. What's it called? The lapped cars can go around the safety car, so that will be.
So does Verstappen come out second, or with his pit stop, is he further behind?
He's further behind, but he's still second, technically.
Oh, God. Jeez, he is far behind.
I couldn't see anything obvious of why he crashed that. Was it just purely driver error?
Mick Schumacher went into the side of him.
Right.
But what I guess what I'm saying is he where he is now in that fifth or sixth, or is he second and he's therefore gonna get those places back? Because if
He'll get those places back because they'll have to let him lap him. They'll double yellow all the people that he has to go past.
I don't know if they will or not, because that was the perfect opportunity to let them all by on the straight there, and they didn't.
No, so that's what I'm thinking. Because he's pitted,
Oh,
he has
for
naturally dropped.
Fuck's sake. Well, like, no, I think the standings on the side of the screen would say whether he had dropped back or not. Like,
Come on, take your time. Take your time. Hamilton, what's Hamilton saying? I want to know. He's like, I'm screwed. He's had it.
I honestly don't. I don't think he has. You know.
What he's going to say, he's just going to say, just like the Zanya gate.
Yeah. This is his. Yeah, this is. Oh, do you know what? You try and forget that day, don't you?
That was a horrible day. That's a big collision. That's going to hurt. He's going to feel that tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's fire there as well. Look, see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the brakes.
This is replay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like
Oh, lads.
3 laps to go. So he's got 2. So they always do it at the end of a lap. So it's going to be 2. What? Eh? Who else coming in there?
Perez.
But he'd already been in.
Interesting. What?
I don't get that. He's already.
He's retiring.
Are they going to finish behind the safety car? I wonder.
No, he's retiring.
Oh, why is? Oh God. Yeah. Shit. This is bad.
His gearbox just must have gone.
That's bad luck. I know Sainz is in third, like, but I say Bottas might get him on the restart.
Lapped cars will not be allowed to overtake.
What do you mean lapped cars will not be allowed to overtake?
I don't know what that means.
It means they can't overtake Hamilton and slow him down, basically.
Just
Are they going? Yeah.
Just by Mercedes are constructors champions for this year,
Yeah.
for the 8th year running. And lap cars, they're not letting the lap cars through. So basically, they've given the championship to Hamilton, which I think is a bloody rigged.
So does that mean
Jesus.
Verstappen will basically start sort of 6th or 7th where he is? Yeah.
It'll start.
You probably would, I'd say, yeah.
They'll give Verstappen DRS, though, so he can use
Yeah.
DRS to get around those guys.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if they will.
There'll be a 3-lap race at the end of this.
Is the safety car
looking
in
at
even
this-
this lap, like?
He's still only. Hang on, but if we look at that, they're on lap 56. Oh yeah, you will, won't you? You'll have lap 57 and 58. So basically,
Yeah.
Verstappen has got to. He's got to
2
get
laps.
past all of that lot and Hamilton in 2 laps.
That's impossible.
Well,
I wonder if they're even going to have 1 lap, like. Is the safety car
I
even
thought
coming in
that
this
was
lap?
Chris Martin there. Look,
Looks like it.
I wonder if he could fix you. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
They should just.
so
They
there's
should just,
Verstappen.
they
So
should-
look, so Verstappen's got to do. Yeah.
they should just double yellow everyone. Just let him past, for God's sake.
Man, the FIA are just so on Mercedes' side. It's ridiculous. So they're not even trying to hide anymore, like.
And look, they're letting this go another lap. So he's only going to
Yeah.
have 1 lap to do it.
This is ridiculous.
Well, it's certainly not without incident, but
Yeah, no, this is controversial as
so
hell.
he's got,
Like.
hang on, so he's got to do 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Red Bull are going to be pissed off that the safety car's gone on
Right.
that long.
Yeah, of course it is. He's got to get past 5 cars and Hamilton. It's not going to happen, is it?
No,
He'll be absolutely raging.
he'll be fuming. Yeah, look, Red Bull are getting onto the FIA about it as well.
Be funny last lap. All right, give him the place back. All right, cool.
They might actually. He might want to send a Lewis now, like at the end of this lap, if he is like in striking range.
Oh,
That's-
blimey, that's interesting, isn't it? Most overtakes, but I suppose the reason you don't have Hamilton and Verstappen up there is because they generally start at the front, so they don't have many people to overtake. If they did qualifying and then whatever the qualifying was, they reversed it. So like
I think,
yesterday-
lads, I think the safety car is going to finish the race off. I think we're going to finish by the safety car.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yep, they're letting them through. That's the right thing to do.
Are they letting them through? But like, is the safety car in this lap or not? Like,
Yes, it is.
thank God. So are they going to let Max through?
Oh,
No,
he-
because he doesn't
so
need
he's
to lap.
One lap shootout. This
He's
is
going to have one
lap
lap to do
shootout.
it, isn't he?
All the lap cars have gone through.
Oh my
Hamilton-
God! Look at that!
Verstappen's
Love that!
behind Hamilton.
Yes, the FIA have
Verstappen's
seen
on fresh
sense.
tyres.
The FIA have seen
Verstappen's
sense.
gonna win
Oh,
This
he's
is good.
heating up.
This is it.
He's heating up his tires as well.
This is it. Thank you, FIA. I never thought I'd say that this season.
Same here. Thank you, FIA.
Thank you. So you've seen the light. Thank you so much. Right.
And
Hamilton's
what's
they're,
going to
they're
happen?
now
Hamilton's
going
doing-
round. They're together
This
on
is
the
it.
final
This
lap.
is it. Come on. Okay,
Oh
listen.
my
My
God.
screen's behind, so
This
I'm going
is
to
it
have to
now.
mute this. Sorry, I have to turn my volume off here. Sorry.
Hamilton's going to lose this.
And he deserves to lose it as well.
Maybe. Okay.
I don't think either driver deserves to lose this, really. They've both been equally brilliant this year. He won't have DRS, though, so he's got to get around.
They do put DRS. Oh no, it's
You need 3 laps between the end of the safety car.
There he goes.
He goes, yeah.
It's got him. Back in.
Yeah, he's got him. That's great common sense from the FIA, though. It's about time they showed a bit of common sense.
I tell you one thing, Mercedes fucked Hamilton over there by not pitting them on the
Yeah, they
when
should've-
as soon as the safety car came
Yeah,
out.
they should have pit him. Hamilton's still quick, though. It
Hang on,
shows how
sorry
quick-
lads.
Come on, Lewis.
Oh, he's going to have him.
No, he's not.
Oh, no.
Fucking hell. I'm sorry, Mercedes can do what they want. I think Verstappen deserves this championship.
Oh, my sister-in-law is going to be insufferable, isn't she? My sister-in-law is Dutch. And she doesn't like Formula One until a Dutch person's good at Formula One, so she's going to be
Well,
insufferable.
this is the first ever Dutch world champion to come from Holland.
There you go. All over.
What, as opposed to the Dutch world champion from Jamaica or something?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And Red Bull go crazy in the pit wall. I bet you any money Mercedes appealed this race. I bet you any money.
Well, they can't.
They can appeal the race decision.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So you're lagging then?
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Is that world champion? Yes! Yes! Sorry, lads.
Well, Phil, what's your words on that for the end of the season?
Yes.
I'm just, I guess it's really hard when a safety car affects the result, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this. I love this sport so much.
You know, whatever it is, okay, so Hamilton's lost, but the safety car has changed this race because he's 4 or 5 seconds. He was ahead of it before we went into any safety car, and whether it's tactics or whatever it is.
But that's Mercedes' arrogance for not pitting him. They should have pit him.
Yeah, it is.
Well, tough.
Yeah, he said.
You know what? I hope David Harris turned this back on because I was like, I really hope he did turn it back on.
That's karma. That is pure karma from the first lap down to his arrogance, Toto Wolff's arrogance, radio and the FIA.
Oh, this season,
you know
what? I wonder if this is actually the best season I've ever watched of F1. I know 2012 and 2010 were bangers, but didn't have last lap shootouts.
No, Alonso versus Schumacher was the best one.
What, 2006?
Yeah.
That was another
the
good one,
last corner of the last race when Lewis Hamilton won his first world
2008,
championship.
2008. That was another good one.
This comes close to that.
2008 and 2006 were by far the most underrated F1 seasons. 2007 as well.
So I'll tell you where it all changed is when they let those 5 cars unlap themselves. But
Yeah.
for me, he'd gone in and done a pit stop. So that's the bit I don't get. If he's gone in and done a pit stop, he naturally falls behind. I just don't. I really don't get it.
But he should have pit anyway.
Yeah. But it's like if you're leading the race and you go in and do a pit stop and you come out in 5th place, you are technically still first because everyone else has got a pit. But you don't get your place back. But they let them there, which was weird.
Yeah, but they're allowed. They have to do it, Phil. They have they're a right to let them by.
Because that's what they usually do. It was
Yeah.
weird. We were all looking. That's weird that they're not letting them by. Because lap cars usually go past the safety car.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Well, that was the end of the season. Verstappen wins. Congratulations to him.
Exactly, yeah. And also respect to Hamilton for putting up an excellent fight.
I mean, he's shown this year that when he does eventually win it again, because he's going to win a World Championship next year, that he is probably the best driver of all time. I mean,
he's definitely up there, Ben. Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt.
He's an unbelievable driver. You can't say that no one can say that he isn't potentially the best driver of all
Dave's
time.
happy, by the way. I've just got WhatsApp message from him. He's very happy.
Yeah. And Lewis
Well,
is
listen,
just
Phil.
dejected as hell. Look at that.
So we're going to try to do this next season, aren't we?
Yeah.
If as long as it doesn't. So what's our plans for Formula One next season on Continental Gold?
Well, we'll obviously view what we can as long as it doesn't clash with a Tottenham game. So we will certainly do the qualifying because I can't see us having too many Saturday lunchtime fixtures. But we'll go from there.
Can I
Unfortunately-
just clarify something here? Does this mean we don't have to listen to Lewis Hamilton talking?
Yes.
Basically,
Oh, in that case, it's a great result.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the wrong Kaufman usually for Formula One. My brother's by far the expert about Formula One because he's watched it his entire life.
I just
mean,
want to
like-
ask a question to all of you. Do you think what Checo did during the race actually did his bit as well during the race?
He did
By
his
holding
bit,
up hand?
He
but
did his pitch, yeah.
it wasn't race winning. The race winning was from the strategy of Red Bull to double pit them and then to double pit them again. That was the strategy team won that race for them. Mercedes' strategy was all off. As soon as that safety car came in, instead of being like a bear with a bull's nose and thinking about how this is all shit, they should have got in, got a set of super softs, and then just gunned it. Because again, they got the faster car. They should have won that race.
Yeah. They messed up on the strategy. Like, what was I saying earlier? Red Bull, master tacticians, especially when it comes to this circuit.
Well,
I hate this circuit. This is a crap circuit for Formula
Yeah, so
One.
do I, yeah.
Right,
all
from can I just ask from a Mercedes fan or Lewis fan, Phil, would you appeal that race?
For me, and I don't know whether I'm just stupid, but if you go in and do your pit, there are cars that go ahead of you.
Yeah, but not under the safety car.
Yeah, but that's
They
what
were
I'm saying.
under the safety car.
I know.
You're
but
not
what I'm
allowed to
saying is-
overtake under a safety car.
Right. Okay.
If they had pit and put soft tyres on, they win that race. End of. They would have won that race.
You
Because
know, they could have pitted and they could have still been ahead of them. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if he was a point ahead of them, he still would have won the championship.
Mm.
And you had a 15, 16 second lead on him. So Verstappen was never going to overtake him anyway.
Yeah. I wonder now if Mercedes themselves will actually appeal the result of this race afterwards. I
think they
wouldn't
will.
put it past them. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Like, yeah.
Oh, Christian Horner just shaking Lewis's hand there.
He's going to be insufferable tonight.
Yeah, the Lewis will definitely be. Well, like both them actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian was
Lewis
an
will
actual
probably
tears.
retire in a huff.
I wonder.
Well, look, Toto Wolff doesn't look happy.
Well, he shouldn't be. He's just lost the world championship. Or
Well, they
drivers'
won the
championship.
Constructors' Championship.
Yeah,
What's more
exactly. So,
important
like,
to
he
them?
shouldn't look too dejected. Yeah, that's the one they're always after anyway.
It's
Instead
really
of-
That's the more important one.
Instead of appealing the race result, couldn't they have like a mass punch up between the two teams?
Yeah,
Maybe,
I agree with that.
Hmm.
Get them all a pint of Guinness, get them in a bar, and let's see some chairs being pulled out. That's what I want to see.
Get some Irish lads in there, like, and then
Yeah.
then we'll have an exciting one.
Get some Irish and some Scotsmen.
Can I just
Yes.
say, Mick Schumacher's just gone up to hug Hamilton, saying thank you for not breaking my dad's record.
And Lewis is going to look for Nicholas Latifi and start a fight.
Yeah.
Big up Lando. I wish Lando was going to Mercedes. I love Lando. Lando's a great lad. I love that guy. He's so brilliant.
Sebastian also hugged up to Lewis as well. I love their bromance, actually, Lewis and Seb.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, listen, thanks for everyone who's commented. Thanks for everyone who's came on. Thank
Big
you
up all
to
of you.
Phil, who's done a brilliant stream. He's absolutely done a brilliant job. Him, Kuva, Adam, Ben for coming on. Thank you very much for everyone who's watched. But special thanks to Phil again. He took over. I'm not feeling too great, but he's done a brilliant job, Phil. So big yourself up. And, you know, congratulations on a brilliant presenting stream.
There's Deli Ali's crap brother.
Yeah. Just very quickly going around. Phil, where can people find you?
Find me on here and find me on the for Hotspurs on Josh Tottenham guy. But my mainstay is here at Tottenham Tantrum Gold.
Adam, where can people find you, sir?
Whenever I have the time, you can find me on as many Tottenham fan channels as you like, whether I'm in the comments or even making appearances on stream. You can find me here, of course, and you can find me permanently all the time, or at least most of the time, over on Tottenham on Tour, or with the legendary Two O'Briens. And so, yeah, I'm also on Twitter as well.
Kuva, the most uninterested man in Formula One I think we've ever had on the stream. Where can people find you, sir, and what have we got coming up later?
I'll be hitting a few coffees in a minute, I think. We're obviously at Tottenham Tantrum Gold later. I mean, we're putting on Spurs even when there is no Spurs. I mean, it's an essential service for the fans. But other than that, depends how many streams are knocking around. I might see what's around later, like we all probably will be, and try and get on something.
And Ben, where can people find you, sir?
You can find us in the usual place at the Coffee Company in Woodford Broadway. Instagram is in my name, so if you want to look at the Coffee Company, send us some love. Look at our coffee, and if you're ever in the area, come and grab a cup of coffee. And you'll find me here every morning at 11 o'clock on Tottenham Tantrum Gold, and we just ramble on about rubbish all day long.
And thank you, Ben. And Phil, you're back with us later, aren't you, for the Spurs Barcelona? I think we're back in our comfort zone then, aren't we?
Yep.
No, I love it here.
Yeah, and lastly, we just want to send all our best wishes again to Bob Spur. Hope he makes a speedy recovery. Apparently, think he's gone. The latest I've heard that he's back on the mask again. So, our love and thoughts go to Kim, Bob Spur, and the family. And we're all thinking of you, and we're all here for you if you need us. So, thank you very much for everybody for watching. Congratulations again to Max Verstappen. Commiserations to Lewis Hamilton. And I'm just finding the thing. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later. Come on, you Spurs.